Alright, welcome back to another league race. This time we are with TMC. This time we are in Canada. You can see there the rain in the race, plus 45. So interesting to see if or when that might come during the race, if it comes way before 45-minute mark or literally just around that point where the end of the race is. So anyways, we'll get to the kind of changes in the bit, but here's a little funny bit from qualifying. Sorry, why have I had to stop suddenly to let that Sauber go? I'm not sure why, but that was just something that I found funny. Like, it was just really annoying how that happened. So I had to stop, even though I was coming through. So, anyways, qualifying, I actually only did one run, and I did it on supers. I wanted to start on super softs because I wanted to try and see if I could get supers to the rain, depending on when it came. Didn't know when it would come in terms of the actual time, only the predicted time. So anyway, did a lap, was good enough for, I think it was P8 in the end. Not many people out this week, but there you go, into P8 there on a set of super. So that was the objective. Barry, Perpetuum, and Combi all on hyper. So that was the that was what was going on there. So the setup, I split it between a wet and a dry. So I think I ran 4.8 wings. Tire pressure is down a good bit, differential down a bit, so I did kind of compensate for the rain that was coming. So I had to make sure to do that. So, but you can see there right at the end. So I was like, it's a little later than I was hoping. Didn't trust it though, despite that. So
still don't trust it.
I was want to try to get super as long as I can, but if they don't, that's okay. We've got a nice little stint on ultras to come, if nothing else. So anyways, you can see there setup. I left this in because again the race is over, and I mixed and matched with the setup in terms of wet and dry. So then here we go, from 8th place. What can we do? Hopeful of a good result. 5 red lights, and away we go. Not the best start for Combi, considering that he's on hypers, but we get a good start ourselves, keeping place with where we are. Go try and see if there's a room to squeeze by Combi. A little bit of back end twitching out there. And on the way towards turn 3 and 4, I believe. I back out of that one. There may have been desync there. You can see I actually didn't touch him at all, but he ends up going into a wall. I think he got damage, and that was actually a very crucial part of this early race, because no one behind him, the group behind him, which was Darren Sinclair, Mash, F1 Alonso, RW basically, could not get past him. So lap 4, Matt just gets by now, and it's 3 seconds. So I've kind of fallen back to the guys in front, like Rappy and the such, who are on ultras. I think I'm the highest super soft one at this stage. So there's that. Lap 6, though. Here's the thing: the guys behind, they're a bottle behind, but they are much quicker than I am with this track. So Matt already got the gap down to 2.6. Lap 7, kind of as we go on. Rappy's had a moment with the wall here, so we nipped by him, and that moves us all the way to P5 after a couple of people made stops, like Perpetuum, and he's part of that little gang as well. That was behind Combi at least. Lap 10, the guys that basically caught up. Matt was bringing with him F1 Alonso and Darren Sinclair, and I think Perpetuum as well was now part of this gang as well. So lap 11, they're in within DRS range, and I knew they were going to come past eventually, but anyways, we're going to go into the live race feed.
Oh, Sauber is in. It's Kevin.
Oh shit. We've been handed. Oh.
Ooh. Yeah. So first of all, I know that was a mistake from Matt. Like, you don't have to, like, there's no doubt about that. And wasn't angry at Matt at the time or anything like that. It was a mistake. I believe he was coming into the pits very early, I might add, on supers to come into the pits. I think is what was happening, but I kind of, by the time it all happened so quickly, by the time it registered me that I was facing the wrong way, etc., that I'd been hit, I was already into the wall with 3 wheels. So it was a tough one for sure, because by this stage Rappy had already retired, Combi and Darren Sinclair had all retired, and that, like, points were guaranteed no matter what. If as long as I'd finish, there was never a question in mind that I wouldn't finish the race. So to not finish the race, I was just in great shock. But look, Matt look, I wasn't angry at Matt. I know that was a genuine mistake. He reached out after, so apologize. He actually retired. You can see him; he's going to come in this lap and retire. So didn't have to, and I said it at the time he didn't have to retire. But he said he couldn't race with that hanging over him. So look, it happens. League racing, and it happens. It was a tough one for sure. I'm more disappointed. Again, you're going to see how the rest of this race unfolds, and you'll see why I'm kind of disappointed in terms I didn't get to finish the race, because we were guaranteed at least 2 points there, if nothing, or 2 points if nothing else. So here's the thing: the rain. I wanted to see how this would have ended. The rain did eventually come. This is lap 29. Sorry, it came a lap before. But when it did come down, it came very, very quickly, and you're going to see here the DRS is going to be enabled less than a lap than when it started. So DRS is disabled. ZC0 Mercedes having a moment. Kevin gets by, and then ZC0 Mercedes having a trouble here with his brake in the wet. So the ultras, for terms of what would have been my race, the ultras. The stint wouldn't have been a great one as such. Wouldn't have got much out of them. So the best strategy was definitely ultras to supers rather than the other way around, as it turned out, because the rain came sooner and harder, I think, than some may have expected. So a lot of people come into the pits to fit the intermediate tyres. Obviously, Barry decided to carry on for whatever reason. So that was interesting from him. Everyone in, a lot of people sped into the pit lane as well. By the way, that other thing with that accident I had, while I was spinning out of control, I was deemed to have cut the corner, which gave me a 3-second penalty. It was my third warning. So that was a weird one. So thanks Codemasters for that. I really appreciate it. Everyone goes on inters, with the exception of F1 Alonso, who goes on to wets. That gamble would not pay off. Barry would come in a lap later. For the inters, Kalsper would jump him, but Kalsper would have penalties, and that would end that pretty much. So you can see how much Barry is struggling there. So when the rain came, it came down really hard and really quickly. So I wasn't expecting there to be a wet stint in this one in the end, based on all the weather information that I had at the time, which by lap 11 said there was nothing coming. So anyways, lap 35. Kalsper's going to win on track, but he's got penalties. He's the one that sped into the pit lane. So there you go. Barry wins. Well done to Barry in his debut in TWL. Perpetuum ends up finishing third in the end. Kevin's going to cross the line fourth, but had 29 seconds worth of penalties, and so that was absolutely mad. F1 Alonso ended up dropping like elsewhere. F1 Alonso was ahead of ZR Mercedes when he came out of the pits, because ZR Mercedes had to stack behind Kevin. And there are rumours that Kevin may have actually even held him up in the pits. So, but look at that. He's 37 seconds behind Kevin there, and ZR Mercedes. So, given everything that went down, I would have fancied my chances to get a fourth or fifth place in this one. Not sure how I would have fared against ZR Mercedes, but look, my pace was slow around here, but just really disappointed not to get a result here when points are guaranteed. My objective was always to finish races. It's incredibly rare that I don't finish races. This is my first TMC retirement in, I'd say, nearly 50 races I've been in it. So it was going to happen eventually. I was just a bit shocked the way it did, and when points were guaranteed, it was all just a disappointing day. But anyways, that's going to do it for round number 7 of TMC and TWL in Canada. Next up is France. Hoping for a good result there after this tough one. So anyways, until next time.